Today is a big day on the channel. That's right. Months ago, I set out on a little experiment. I wanted to find out if someone like myself, a fan of TCGs, could grow a significant collection through the means of buying and selling Pokemon cards and grading them with PSA. What I have here in my hands is 35 cards, the result of thousands of dollars and hours worth of work on my part. And I want to see, does this pay off or do I get hosed? So we're going to go over the cards that I picked. We're going to open this box and we're going to talk about how much I spent and did I lose my shirt, get completely housed, or do I make my money back and build a dream Pokemon collection to start from? All right, without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, as we switch to the top-down camera and get started with opening the package, we're going to talk about the cards I chose. We're going to talk about the average cost that I got them at, how many of them I got, how many I sent out for grading, and how many didn't get here in time for the project. Some of the shipping orders were delayed, being around the holiday season, all that. But I have to say, if you like content like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button down below. And even a little bit farther down, there's the channel membership button that helps support many of the projects around here. Now, challenges like this, they come out of my pocket personally. Channel money is not used for that, but it is used to support things like cardboardfinance.com and any of the openings that we do around here. You get access to discounts on openings, early access to content, some exclusive videos, and more. If you're interested, click that button down below. And I will say that not all collections are about value. This is a bit of a disclaimer. I have done on this channel over and over again my personal collections, many of which consist of 50-cent cards. I'm famous for buying thousands of gilded foil charms from Streets of New Capenna that are like 25 to 50-cent cards. But this video in particular is about growing the value of a collection and seeing how that works. And yes, my own money is on the line here. So without further ado, it's time to switch to the top down and get things rolling. You all know when the angle switches to being me completely whitewashed out with the lights in my office that it's time to open some stuff. And without further ado, I want to open this package. And while we open this package, I want to talk about what products I picked and why. So when grading Pokemon singles, I wanted to pick Pokemon that I knew. I wanted to pick something I was going to enjoy. So I focused on Pokemon that were members of the original 151 because, well, I'm old. This FedEx packaging is very serious. We're just going to town. Oh, we're just gonna rip this thing with a knife. It's fine. And because of that, I went with various numbers of Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charizard, Pikachu, and Charmander. And I also wanted to give myself a little bit extra, meat on the bone for the challenge. I wanted to give myself some other criteria. I wanted to pick somewhat modern Pokemon cards, meaning I didn't want to go back to vintage Pokemon, just spend a ton of money and try to get all of the value and nothing else. I wanted to actually get cards that were around today that people would be getting and picking up today and, give this a real legitimate 2025, 2024, 2025 experience. And so because of that, I picked some Squirtles, I picked some Bulbasaurs, I picked some some Charmanders, some Pikachus, and I cannot wait. Oh, and some Charizards, and I cannot wait to find out how that went. So this is very serious packaging. Wow, PSA. Want to make sure. I don't even know I'm supposed to be saving this packaging, but I'm just not. I'm just going at it, just be an animal. I don't even care. All right, without further ado, I think it's because I'm nervous. Let's get into, this box feels like the best one. Let's make sure they're all accessible. Cut away, what is it? Don't be silly, cut away from your buddy or something. Here we go. Don't cut towards yourself, cut towards your buddy. So without further ado, I want to get into here. I keep saying without further ado, but these packages are so super serious. They're super serial. They are not giving up their goodies. Aha, okay. I think it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to go over these quickly, and then at the end, we're actually going to talk about the numbers, what the value of these things that I have is, and find out if I lost my shirt. So make sure you stick around for that. Oh, did I just expose something? I'm not really sure if I just exposed my address. Hopefully I didn't dox myself. I'm not great at editing. Here we go. Let's see which direction these cards face. Let's pull out a stack. Let's make sure. Oh, so that's the back. Let's make sure it goes face down. Here we go. Face down stack. Number one out of the beautiful PSA box. Going across the office. Let's see which. Oh, face down stack. Number two out of the beautiful PSA box. Let's see if there's anything in here that was ungradable. Now, PSA gives you the option to get in advance, find out the foundations of all great collections. We're about to find out. To find out, like, hey, ahead of time, is something that you're looking for not graded? Was there a problem? And I didn't get any notifications, but I also made sure not to go on and look at any grades on my portal. So this is as much of a shock for me as it is for you. Big stack, small stack. Small stack it is first. Prodigal Sorcerer, bring us luck. I think I can cover up the label. Okay. All right, so we're starting. This is the Charizard I chose. I chose this Charizard because it was relatively affordable. I was getting them from anywhere between 18 to 25 bucks, I think. I want to say it wasn't too much more expensive than that. Yeah, 18 to 25 bucks. I think 18 was the average on this card, and I bought a ton of them. I actually ended up buying 11 of these cards. I didn't send all 11. I think I sent 5 in for grading. Without further ado, oh, we got an 8 right off the bat. An 8 right off the bat, looking at the top corner. And again, this is the real noob experience, right? I don't know what I'm looking at. I tried to look at cards and assume that they would be ones for grading. I bought near my cards, but that doesn't mean they're all gonna go perfectly. Wait, is there no rhyme or reason to this? I'm gonna flip the Bulbasaur in the bottom of the big stack. Is this also a Okay. So it's the bottom of the big stack. We're gonna keep going with the Charizards. Come on, Charizard. So this is another Charizard. Obviously, we have another one of these. Okay, a 9. Let's organize these. We got an 8. An 8 is almost off camera. A 9 is good. Bottom of the big stack. There should be 5 Charizards. So realistically, I should just be able to go like this. Huzzah! Ready? Okay, hold on. Wait. This is the Pikachu I bought. So this is going to be a little bit of a crazy video. This is going to be a little bit of a crazy reveal. The Pikachu I bought was from Radiant Collections. These were, I think, $10 somewhere. No, these were the $20 ones. These are $20 to $22. And the reason I bought these is because they were grading upwards of like $300 for PSA 10s. They're older cards, and frankly, as an OG, I love the art. And let's see. Oh, we got our first 8 already. Oh, not good. Okay. So far, so bad. Bulbasaur. What is happening with our stacks? There's no rhyme, there's no reason. Let's just start pulling. Let's get into the Bulbasaur. So the Bulbasaur I chose, and the reason I chose it was an important one. I wanted these cards to be newer cards that just came out. They literally were 2024 special illustration rares, and I wanted to see how they would grade, and we got our first 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we got our first 10. Let's go. And I wanted the iconic 3 starters, and I did something a bit crazy with the iconic 3 starters that we're going to get into. I tried for a sequential set. I tried to do sequential numbers for some of these cards, so I want to keep this, somewhat in order. I know I already went out of order a little bit. Let's see if I can find another Charizard in here. Oh, and the Squirtle. So you guys saw the Bulbasaur. You knew I was going for the Squirtle, and these jumped in value. After I bought these, they were, sitting around, I think I spent an average of $57, and they jumped all the way up to $80, and here we are with a 9. Okay, a mid 9. Let's see, 03, 502, 503. So this is part of my sequential set. So the next one should be, if I'm not mistaken, a Squirtle. I don't know how these are numbered. Here's another Squirtle. Oh, we got an 8. Oh no. Oh, what is happening? Oh my goodness. Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh gosh, are we getting housed? Oh, I think we're getting housed. This is the stress. And I gotta tell you, okay, our first Charmander, this is the Charmander that I felt best suited the set. They best suited the other Pokemon. And I gotta tell you, this is a stressful feeling. 3, 2, 1, we have another 10. Ladies and gentlemen, these have jumped up. When I bought these, they were around $10. So far, so good. Having a couple 10s is nice. Not seeing nearly enough 10s for my liking. Here's the Squirtle. I think this is the next one. I'm going for a sequential set here. I see a Squirtle here. Oh, it's a mid 9. I might have just screwed up. Oh no, mid 9s. We need to hit a couple Squirtles in the 10. Let me know in the comment section below if this video is making you nervous. Here is a mint 9, so this should be another Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle set. Here's our Charmander. Mint 10, love to see that. This will be the Squirtle. We haven't hit a Squirtle in 10 yet. Come on, little buddy. 10, let's go! Let's go. All right, it's all riding on this Bulbasaur. It is all riding on the back of this Bulbasaur. It's all of the hopes, all of the dreams on the back of this Bulbasaur. Special illustration rare. No! Oh, we got hosed. The 9. Oh, no. All right. We have another shot. I think we got one more shot, and our shot is already dead. Mint 9. Mint 9. So we got Mint 9 sequential sets, probably. No, of course we don't. Of course we don't. Mint 10. There we go. A couple 10s coming out. I think we're out. Yes! Let's go! Okay, so we have a Squirtle in the Gem Mint 10. The more Gem Mint 10 Squirtles we can stack here, the better. Oh, we're back to our Charizard, and here we have a Mint 9. I didn't cover that one up before flipping it over because I thought we were back. A Mint 9. We haven't gotten a Charizard in the 10. Here we go. One time for the channel, one time for the luck, one time for the vibes. 10! Let's go! Okay, so we have a pretty decent little stack of 10 so far. Obviously more 9s than 10s, and sadly some 8s, but we still have an entire stack of cards to go. Let's find out what we got. Bulbasaur, 9. Bulbasaur in a 10. Okay, what do you think this is? Bulbasaur in a 9. Come on. Bulbasaur in a 9. Come on, Bulbasaur. Oh, okay, so we're on to the Pikachus, and that's an 8. And these older cards, the Charizards and the Pikachus, I was very worried about ever getting a possibility of a 10 on these. I'd like to see one Pikachu in the 10. The Radiant Collection Pikachu, I'd like to see 110. I don't know if it's going to happen. I only got 5 of them. Yeah, I think we're out. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pikachus are proving to be... Ooh! They're proving to be tough cards to get a 10, showing why there is a premium. A Mint 9 on the Squirtle, and this just goes to show you, here's a 10 on the Charmander. Okay, so if we have a Charmander here... Oh, that was another chance at a sequential set, ladies and gentlemen. Because here's a Bulbasaur, here's a 9. All right, Squirtle in a 9. So it looks like we had a pretty average grading experience, if I had to guess. Ladies and gentlemen, there's our stack. We did come away with a couple 10s here, and it's time to talk about value. Now that everything is out of the box, is stacked up in piles, let's talk about what I spent and how much I got wrecked. We are back, and it's time for some stats for us fellow nerds. Now, if you made it this far in the video, make sure you let me know in the comment section what you think of this project. Was it a really dumb idea? Was it really smart? And before I show you the value of what I have after grading, I want to hear your honest opinions on grading cards for value. If it's something you're interested in, not interested in, let me know the whole story in the comment section below. And without further ado, it's time for the value. And I will say that these stats for nerds are not just what they appear to be. Now, we're going to get into that as we look into it. But the very top here in red, you see the cards that I purchased and the average price that I purchased them at, how much I spent on them with totals. And looking at this, seeing that I spent almost $3,000 on this project just off the bat was something, well, frankly, I wasn't ready to look at on a spreadsheet. Now this is, I will make this very clear, this is $3,000, or, almost $3,000 of my own personal money. This is not money from the channel. This is not money from Hometown TCG. This is just money that I had saved up to do a project like this, and whew, it's a little warm in here, if you know what I'm saying. Now you see at the top right here, this large sale. This is the cards that didn't get here in time for grading, and I sold them off as a bulk, and the remaining shows, what we have left to gain. Now, breaking it down, we see the average prices according to pricecharting.com for the sales of these cards, and we see what I have left. And it just goes to show you that PSA 10s are the driving factor of any project like this, and this theme will continue as we evaluate the spreadsheet. We see Squirtle in the PSA 10 value with only 2 of them in there, a good value. Bulbasaur the same, and 1 Charizard. And where I really lost is on the Pikachu. The Radiant Collection Pikachu, if I could have landed a PSA 10 in one of these, you see we didn't even get a 9. I was really looking forward to this card. This card is extremely hard to grade. There's a lot going on. It's a beautiful card. The 7 I've actually given to my daughter because she loves her Pikachus, so they're on there. And of course, we see the Charizard and Charmander down there. Now, I benefited a bit on this project because several of the cards in Pokemon have gone up, but 3 of the cards that I purchased have gone up quite a bit in value, with the Charmander, the Bulbasaur, and the Squirtle, especially the Charmander. So there's a benefit there, and this project could have been a lot uglier had I not. And as we see a breakdown, we have a total of PSA 10 value of $1,924, PSA 9 value of $1,400, PSA 8 value of $242, and PSA 7 value of $28, leading us to a grand total of $3,340.80 and a profit of $1,572.55 on paper in value. I want to stress that this is not always the case. As is often the situation with trading cards, the printed value on some analytics website is not always the value of the product. You have fees, you have taxes you have to pay when you try to sell these things, and you have desire for people to purchase them. Most of these cards in PSA 9, while they are very cool, are not nearly as coveted as something in a PSA 10, and because of that, they are going to be harder to move, meaning I will probably have to make price concessions on them, pay a couple additional fees, or maybe give them away or make them part of some massive sale in the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord down below and be ready for something like that in case I want to, you know, cut my losses on some of those PSA 9s and 8s and see how many of those I can send out. But I haven't decided quite what we're going to do. But PSA 10 is where the value really is. Those are coveted cards, those are hard to get, and those can be often utilized in major sales or major trades. And something that surprised me here is even with the newer cards, there was not a ton of PSA 10 to go around. We see that PSA 10 came few and far between, and a card we submitted 5 copies of, we got no PSA 10. All of them were deemed to be near mint copies, and none of them were PSA 10. And because of that, I think my eyes have been opened to, you really have to inspect what you send to grading. You have to go over some things, and there were like 2 or 3 cards I didn't send to grading because they were just, I mean, you could tell there was like a damaged corner or something was going on, or there was a chip in the card. But even more than that, there are some things you need to look into, and as a first timer on this project, that is extremely eye-opening. But it is comforting to see that, according to the spreadsheet, I did grow in value. It's a theoretical practice. It is a possibility to grade cards in a pumping market when everything goes right and grows in value. I would not recommend that anyone goes out there and do that. I also would not recommend to say that, hey, this is a good way to engage with this hobby. Remember, I started this project with one goal in mind, to try to obtain some of that sweet, juicy value. And not only did I do a little bit of that, but I found that I really do just love having graded cards around my office. I went for a couple sequential sets. I did get one sequential 9 set. That's right, I have a sequential 9 set. I don't know if there's any value behind that. It's gonna be interesting. Maybe this just sits in the background of my office someday because it's probably not that valuable. I will probably still go for the coveted sequential 10 set, but I had a lot of fun. This has been a lot of work, a ton of learning. It is not probably a great way to just make profit if that's what you're going for. If you're looking for, you know, stats for nerds and spreadsheet numbers, it's probably not the best way to go about that. However, I did learn a lot. I had a lot of fun, and I gotta tell you, I kind of got the itch. I might be going back and doing this again. Make sure you stay tuned. I have a PCG video where I graded a bunch of cards, including Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and indie TCGs with Rudy's American-owned, 69% owned grading company for the American division, PCG. That video is still being worked on, so make sure you tune in for when that comes out. And let me know your thoughts of all this in the comment section below. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Remember, channel memberships, $5 a month down below. None of that money goes to projects like this. This is all my money. It goes to support cardboardfinance.com and everything we do here on the channel. Get you access to exclusive content, some emotes down there, some emoji, and discounts on box openings when we do them. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you all know me. My name is Josh. May your grades all be 10s, may your cards all be near mint, and may you avoid the Pikachu 7. All right, we'll see y'all around. Goodbye.